Well, that was fun while it lasted here as we welcome you into the best betting show ever on this Tuesday now, $5 Tuesday over at WagerTalk.com. That means all best bets today. $5 from your favorite handicappers. And listen, we've got a couple of them here on the show with us today, not named Prez, so we know you're going to love it. It is Art to Caesar. It is Carmine Bianco. It is, gentlemen, welcome. Good to see you here on this 7th day of July. I guess now officially the countdown has begun to football season. But before we dive into a couple of early, too, kickoff here today in the World Cup, we got Major League Baseball, some WNBA. We'll have, I believe, Carm, we hit the parlay of the day, unless, of course, Brian Power screwed it up, which is very possible. We'll have to check the tape on that. But Art to Caesar, we missed you yesterday. We get you today. So tell us, last night, not great for Team USA. How was it for the books, though, so far over the weekend?
You know, it's funny. We have talked all throughout this World Cup, our three biggest future liabilities: Portugal, Mexico, USA. They all get knocked out in, a day and a half span. So now our biggest liability is Colombia. We don't feel Colombia will win the World Cup. So we're set up pretty good on the future book. As far as the USA game goes, 3, maybe 4-1 ticket count on USA, but it was all 20, 40, 50, $100 bets. Then we started noticing the smart people, the people we respect, the $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 bettors, were all betting Belgium. So when you get overwhelmed like that with the bigger bets on Belgium, Belgium ends up winning. They end up advancing. They were in on all that type of stuff. And Spain prevailed too earlier in the day. It was a losing day for the sports books.
Big time losing day for the sports books. Carm, how was it last night for you, my man? Some interesting altogether. So much hype surrounding, oh, wow, Belugan's in. He's not, who gives a rip? You got to be kidding me. How'd you do yesterday, man?
It was a one-on-one day for me. I had Portugal plus half a goal, and it looked like it was going into extra time until the defense. It was like Moses partying the seas, and that guy just went in by himself. I couldn't believe it.
Strange.
All alone. And then in the second game, I had both teams to score and over 2.5 goals for clients, and that cashed in the first half. So I didn't need to watch the second half, but I did. I just wanted to see how the game was played. And I will say this, Joe, and I mentioned it before the show. You can put it on the players, and it seems like social media wants to, but this one has to fall on the manager as well, too. He was out-managed by Rudy Garcia in this one. Everyone expected Kevin De Bruyne to be in the lineup, Doku to be in the lineup, Lukaku to be in the lineup. All three were on the bench. He put in 3 guys with speed who could play, especially with De Bruyne, having played 120 minutes the game before against Senegal, or close to 120 minutes. He was likely gassed, and he wouldn't have played the whole game here anyways. But Rudy made the right changes, and they were just all over the U.S. The U.S. looked a step slow because Belgium was a step quicker.
I'll listen. I'll say it again. There is a reason why this sport has not grabbed a hold in this country, and nothing we witnessed last night. It's one thing, you lose on penalty kicks, you lose on... They weren't even remotely in the same zip code, those two teams there. So congrats on beating up Australia and what, Paraguay, but there's clearly levels to this. Just watching the guys from Belgium, the way they passed, the way they handled the ball by the lines, the way they... that's like genetic. That's passed down from generations. We look like a bunch of dogs at a dog park when you throw a goddamn tennis ball in there, and everyone's running all over the place. Nobody's got any sort of, I guess the nerves were there early, but let's be realistic, Art. They look like a bunch of chickens. As soon as they knew they were in for it, that was it. It was a fight. They got punched, and they had absolutely no idea what to do at that point.
Joe,
I've literally heard... Yeah, go for it, Carm. Go.
And I'll ask Art this question as well too, because this is a question that people want to know. So Christian Pulisic talked about he didn't know until Sunday that on their way to practice that the red card had been overturned, and they would have Balogun in there. Now it's obviously a distraction to the team. If you're the manager of Team USA, do you sit Balogun and start someone else in his place? Like they could have had Ricardo Pepe, they could have had Haji Wright, guys that they brought on. Do you sit him because you would be vilified after everything apparently that the leader of the USA did to get it overturned, or at least he's saying he's claiming credit for it. But after everything he's done, for him to be sitting on the bench and not starting the game because he clearly did nothing in the game.
Yeah, but he was also clearly their only shot at any legit offense, quick scoring offense, and that was quite relevant. The problem was, I would ask Pulisic, you didn't win not one one-on-one battle. You gave the ball up how many times in the corner there? You looked totally out of sorts. And by the way, nice goaltender. That's fantastic stuff. That looked like an MLS goaltender. Like, what are you, like, it sucked. Like, stop it, please. All it did was expose that there's levels to this, and we're capable of beating the Bosnias of the world. But we are not capable of beating the class of Europe. We're not even in that same ballpark, much less anything else. And I don't think Balogun had anything. He legit, if somebody could have got him or completed one of those passes, he's the only guy I would have trusted to get anything done. As it is, it took a penalty kick to ricochet off of one of Belgium's players' heads in order to be able to get in. So just awful on so many levels. Not their fault. But they just weren't in the same zip code as Belgium there. But the good news is we got more soccer that we can pretend we care about coming up here. And Art, a couple of games here today. So talk to us about the sharp bets. What are we seeing? Baseball, WNBA, World Cup. What do you got?
Absolutely. Start with the soccer. They're laying 1.5 goals with Argentina. No surprise there. You know, that was about plus 110, plus 105. It's now even money when you lay the 1.5 goals with Argentina in the 90-minute plus stoppage. They're taking the 0.5 goal with Switzerland. That was minus 140 on plus the half. Now it's minus 150. Head over to Major League Baseball. They're on two teams today. They're on the Braves and they're on the Orioles. And then in the WNBA, they're on the Mercury under 174.5.
Under 174.5 in that one. All right, we're going to get to World Cup rundown coming up, guys, and that we'll take a look at the updated predictive markets now. But let's get to a parlay of the day. Did you hit yours last night, Carm?
I don't even remember what I took. I may have taken the USA. If I took the USA, I think I did take the USA, which would have mushed the ticket anyway.
I thought you took the over. Didn't you take goals?
Or I could have taken the over. Yeah.
I think you took over.
I might have taken the over. Yeah.
I said don't catch a falling knife, and I did anyway with the Yankees. Yeah, well, it's Brian Power's fault. He sucks. So we'll just go ahead with our parlay of the day today, and we'll back it up. Yeah, I did have the Yankees last night. They did end up getting it done with 3 home runs and 17 strikeouts, but that's a different story. Art, talk to me here. Kick us off for the parlay of the day. Where are we going today?
I'm going to go with the Padres at home. They've been awful, but I'm going against Gallon. I like them in this spot at home. Short price, minus 120.
Oh, I love it, man. We just had that conversation about not catching a fall. And damn right you catch it, because Gallon's terrible. All right, Carm, you got a couple of barn burners here today on the pitch. What are you giving us here for a leg of the parlay?
All right, so this is one of those ones, Joe, where I'm going to give you 2 of them because apparently the first one, some states in the U.S., and I believe Art will confirm this, don't allow for yellow card betting. But Francois Letexier from France is officiating today's game. He's officiated 2 games thus far, and he's dished out 4 yellow cards in each game, and he averages about 4 a game across all competitions. I'm taking over 3.5 yellow cards in the Argentina game, plus 125. And if you can't bet that, then the next best option, take the over in the game, over 2.5 in the Argentina game.
I like that, Carm. I like that a lot, actually. All right. We picked them last week, and he won. We're going to pick him again because the team is just that much better and playing well. I'll take Jacob deGrom at home for the Rangers, taking on Soriano, and the Angels right around minus 160. So there is your parlay of the day. All right, couple of predictive markets here, and let's face it, Carm, we had a conversation yesterday, and Art, we looked at the remaining teams and said, all right, has our mind changed at all watching, heading into yesterday's action about who can actually win this thing? From the book's perspective, the favorite change? Is it still France? Is it still the top 4 teams that you're looking at there in the book?
It is. It's still France. And, we've said it all along that, listen, it stinks that USA goes out from like a handle standpoint, because obviously the longer USA's in it, the more bets you'll get, the more casuals you'll get. But if you're set up in a Final Four of what could it be? France, Spain, England, and Argentina. I mean, that could be your Final Four, with a final that would be good regardless of just say the star power of those countries and the players on those teams. So we're looking at it, we're going to set up for really good handle on some of these games moving forward. But yeah, France has still been the favorite. They've been the favorite all along. I think we have them at like plus 160 now to raise the trophy. So yeah, I mean, they're a pretty good favorite.
You're liking that. I mean, Carm, you watched Spain yesterday. Barely win. But what are we thinking? Are they legit? You feel better about maybe Spain running the table here, or you're not buying them?
No, I am buying them. It was always going to be a tough game, which is why I took Portugal plus the half a goal. Didn't turn out that way, unfortunately. But Spain was pretty much in control of that whole game. The analytics, the post-game analytics support it. Spain is one of those teams where they've gradually gotten better as this tournament has progressed. We just haven't seen the big breakout game. Every time anyone thinks about Spain, they think about the fact that, Spain's going to win this game 4-0 or 5-0, similar to what they did against Saudi Arabia in the group stages after they drew in their first match against Cape Verde 0-0. So, this point forward, I don't think Spain is going to be a heavy favorite over anyone, but that's not because of how Spain plays or how they're playing. It's because everyone left is a good nation. France, we talked about it, France, Morocco, England, Belgium as well too, Argentina, Colombia, Switzerland. There are no weak teams left amongst the ones that are into the quarterfinal stages. So unless somehow Egypt upsets Argentina today, I would still look at Spain to possibly make it to the finals. So it is those 4 teams. I just don't see anybody past those 4 teams. And I'm a huge fan of Colombia because I have them at 40-1 in this one. But they got to get by tonight before they get to play the winner of Argentina, Egypt as well too. And then let's not, Joe, they're at the bottom there, but let's not look past Morocco.
Yep.
The France is only minus 170 and in that game, and these teams were semifinalists in the World Cup. France in the 2022 World Cup, France went on in Qatar to lose in the finals to Argentina, but Morocco made a run to the semifinals. They're beating whoever you put in front of them. They withstood Canada in the first 30 minutes, 40 minutes of that game, didn't allow a goal, and proceeded to run over him in the second half. They're going to do the same thing to France in the sense of they're going to stay compact, they're going to stay structured, they're going to try and slow down France, and they're going to play the game that they play. They don't change their style of play. I don't think they do. They play the same style each and every game, and that's what makes them difficult because people have the film on them and still can't beat them. Morocco's only lost. Morocco's only lost something like 2 of their last 46 games.
I don't know. Erling Haaland. Norway's got the goalie. They got the absolute Terminator. They've got Can they get it done? That remains to be seen here. But Art, I don't know. Who would you lean towards here in this one to win it all?
Yeah, I mean, Carm's right. If you're going to, let's say you take France out of it because they're the favorite, and maybe you want to take a shot with Spain or Norway or in England or someone outside of France, or maybe even Argentina, because they've taken a lot of love too in our market. Maybe you look that way, but I don't know. I think we're set up for a big time final where it's two big time names, and it's probably something like a France versus Argentina. I mean, and that will be, I mean, as far as a booking standpoint, that will be huge for us because we will take massive action on a game like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, at this point, I would love to see the dogs win a couple of sides, but I mean, France at this point is coming out of that side, right, Carm? So it's on that side of the bracket. Which one of these teams has the better path to even try to get to it?
It's listen, when you talk about we're essentially giving France
a pass.
We're giving them like a pass to the finals.
Right.
But listen, Morocco is not going to be. They're just not going to walk over Morocco, I don't believe. And then they still have to play in the semifinals, the winner of Spain and Belgium, which likely could be Spain. So the France-Spain semifinal, if we get there, is almost like a final of any other tournament.
Yeah. Yep.
As Art said, these are two unbelievable teams. Like, there are so many different matchups here. And obviously a repeat of 2022 France and Argentina would be great because that one went to extra time and penalty kicks. But tell me that, France or Spain, let's say hypothetically they win their games playing against England or Argentina, wouldn't be just as big a game. The sports books with those British pint drinking
England in the finals would be amazing.
fans.
Yes, it would be.
Yeah, massive.
Yep.
England
Good
and
point.
France. Can you imagine England and France?
So
in the
what I'm
finals?
hearing here, Art, is, Carm is convincing me the no on France may not be a bad bet at 67 cents here because there are a number of roadblocks, and we know the public is going to go chalk. So why not the no on France? I kind of like that approach with this one here. Yeah. Don't forget, guys, hit that like and subscribe button. Become part of the WagerTalk TV family. Again, $5 Tuesday here today. Best bets are $5 over at everyone's page, WagerTalk.com. Let's handle a little bit of business here before we do any sort of rundowns. Art and I will run through a bunch of baseball games. Carm will give you the World Cup rundown. We'll all come up with a couple of best bets, and we'll get out of here. But Carm, lead us off on a $5 Tuesday. What do you got over at your page at WagerTalk?
Yeah, so I have my $5 play is on the, I want to call it the night game, but it's really 4 p.m. Eastern time. So I may actually reintroduce myself to my wife after the game because I'll have about 6 or 7 hours to play with. But with that said, the $5 play is on that one. There's some great promos in there. Like the buy 3, get 3, 6-day all access for only $69 is a great deal. I also have a coupon code in there. If you buy that $5 one, you can get $10 off of my 5% quarterfinals play that is already up on the website as well too. 57.9 units of profit in the World Cup. And we're going to continue strong. And then I have 3 small client plays that, unless you're a package holder or you buy a 1-day all access, you're probably not seeing them or getting them, but they're on the Argentina game and a couple of prop bets as well too. So 4 plays up in total. Pick up that 1-day all access and get them all.
I love it, Carm. Also locked and loaded with you there, Carm, on a $5 Major League Baseball top play. Locked and loaded there, Carm, over at my page at WagerTalk.com. Now on a 12-5 run. In fact, over the last 60 days, up 45 units. So we are, needless to say, steady Eddie. Just keep rolling those profits and building the bankroll because football will be here before you know it. And we've been telling you guys, great opportunity to take advantage and lock in. I mean, Carmine and I both two of the more profitable football handicappers last season. And right now, from pitch to kickoff, you got the opportunity of hopping on board here for $2.99. Get, well, the rest of all the Major League Baseball season right through the opening weekend of college football. So that is a great opportunity as well. The bottom line is you can take advantage of all of it over at WagerTalk.com. All right, before Art and I run down a bunch of baseball games here, Carm, you are going to give us the World Cup rundown. So go ahead, my man. The clock is on. It is all yours. Oh, this is where we get to mime them. You ready, Art? Oh, no. Oh, give me space.
Sorry, boys.
Okay,
Sorry,
no problem. I'll just start that again, Carm. Yeah.
Joe, I finally figured out where they came up with that game. Sorry, I'm the whole room is shaking. It's my desk. And now I know where they came up with that game on your iPhone that's called Angry Birds, because my bird is angry. I've thrown seeds at him. I've thrown pellets at him. Maybe that's why he's angry. He's waiting to watch the Argentina game. I've got it on the news right now, so he's not too happy about that. But with that said, let's get to this rundown. Okay, so the Argentina game, honestly, it should be straightforward. This Egypt team, unfortunately, as well as they have played in this tournament, have played 4 very tough games. They've had to play New Zealand, Iran. You look at their games that they've played thus far. They haven't lost any, a couple draws, but all physical games. And that last game went 120 minutes. Mo Salah has some issues with his hamstring and was able to play pretty much the whole game. Now asking this team on pretty much short rest after having played 120 minutes and with a not as deep a bench as Argentina has to come out and play against Argentina, it is a tough go. Argentina's the winner in this game here. I just don't see an upset happening. Argentina's got a deeper bench, and even though they played 120 minutes against Cape Verde, completely different game for them. They can bring in players from the bench, Lautaro Martinez, Julian Alvarez. There's plenty that they can put in this game and come up with a winning combination. So I would look at the Argentina game, and then in the night game, I'm becoming a contrarian in this game. I think it's going to be a higher scoring game than people anticipate. Colombia is a very good defensive team, one of the best defensive teams in the World Cup thus far. As far as South American teams go, they've only allowed 1 goal, and that was a crappy one in match day 1 to Uzbekistan. Haven't allowed a goal in 300 plus minutes in this World Cup. The Swiss are without a couple players who were injured in practice yesterday, including their talented midfielder and one of their defensive players as well, too. I have a feeling if we get an early goal in this game, Joe, that it just spirals out of control and becomes one of those games where, kind of like the Argentina-Cape Verde game, where even though it was 1-1 after 90 minutes, they just kept on scoring in that game. Maybe we see a game similar to Belgium and the USA, 3 goals in the first. We put a check mark on the over, and we're all said and done.
Finished. All right, love it there, Carm. Couple of games here in the World Cup action, and you never know what you're going to get. Of course, well, we got plenty of Major League Baseball here, Art. You and I will run through a bunch of these games here today. We do have early action, Art. Doubleheader. First one, Miz on the mound. Brewers taking on the Cards. Brewers came back, won last night. Do they get game 1 here today?
Yeah, and they're now 5-1 against the Cardinals. They've been really good against the Cardinals. Obviously, Mizorowski minus $2 favorite. What they do is they lay 1.5 of Mizorowski minus 120, minus 125. Hard to go against Mizorowski.
Cubs, Orioles, Boyd versus Shane Baz here. O's happy to be back home. More to Cubs. It's feast or famine with them. It's a pick-em price here. Kind of feels like an over, man. What are you thinking, Art?
Yeah, as I mentioned in the sharp action, sharps are on the Orioles, so they're fading the Cubs on the road.
Athletics, Tigers, Ginn versus Skubal. Skubal on the mound, $2 favorite again. Athletics dealing with some injuries. Can't score any runs here. I don't know if they're going to do it off of Skubal either.
Yeah, and they're laying 1.5 with the Tigers, minus 1.5. Plus money, too. You get plus 105 So they're looking to take the Tigers in that type of role. The A's have been weird because the Sharps a lot of times are on the A's, but they've kind of faded them these last couple of weeks. So they've kind of stayed away from Oakland / Vegas / Sacramento, whatever you want to call them.
Braves taking on the Pirates here. Skeens Day, but they can't win with him on the mound anyway. So is now the time to buy low, Art?
That's why the Sharps faded them. You saw a big price on Skeens overnight. Now you see a short price with Skeens. Minus 145. That's low for Skeens. I know it's the Braves, but as I mentioned, Sharps are on Atlanta.
Yankees and the Rays. Seymour versus Warren. Yankees putting back-to-back wins together. I doubt it. What are you thinking, Art?
Yeah, to me, this is the Rays. You get the Rays on a short price, under minus 120, maybe even as high as minus 120. But they'll bounce back. This is a 4-game set. Huge set because obviously they have like a 3 or 4 game lead on the Yankees. Tampa gets it done tonight.
All right, we'll do one more here. Mariners and Marlins. Woo!
Great game.
Woo! Going against Max Meyer, who was a little unfortunate in his last start in Colorado there, but Marlins red hot back home, minus 125, somewhere in that ballpark. I kind of like them here. What are you thinking, Art?
Yeah, this is 2 teams that people have been making money on the last couple of weeks. Obviously, we know the Marlins had the best record in baseball in June. Total seems high, Joe. 8 under minus 115 with those 2 pitchers going. Feels like a 4-2 game.
I agree. All right, there you go. Major League Baseball rundown. Carm did your World Cup rundown. So, gentlemen, couple of best bets out the door here. You can go anywhere you like. Future markets, whatever you thought might happen today. Wherever you want to go, Art, give us a look here for a best bet on the way out.
I'm going to give you a game that we didn't touch on in the MLB rundown. I'm going to take the White Sox at home. They're plus money. I know Tolley's on the mound for Boston, and he's been good. But there's just some magic about this White Sox team. Give me the White Sox plus 110.
Ooh, what are you thinking, Carm? You got a penalty kick? You got some flags? What do you got for us here for a best bet?
I am going to go with something a little different. And Joe, I dropped you a nice little image in there.
Let me get that. Hold on.
In our group. But unfortunately, you cannot bet this. You cannot bet this in the in states, Ohio, Michigan, and I'm pretty sure Vegas, as Art will tell you. I don't think they take bets on yellow cards, because if they did, this image would be absolutely perfect for when you have an Italian working bar. But I will give this in the meantime, Joe. The game's starting in 15 minutes. Oh, there it is, Francois. We need one more yellow card. So there you go.
We need more yellows.
We need more yellows.
Love it.
But Julian Alvarez, he is in the starting lineup right beside Lionel Messi, plus 130 to score an anytime goal. Julian Alvarez. And I looked at Egypt's lineup. 2 of their normal starters are on the bench. And I'm telling you, it's taking its toll on this team. Marmouche, who plays for Man City, is on the bench, and Trezeguet also on the bench for Egypt to start this one. That 120-minute game took its toll. If all 4 games thus far has taken their toll on them, I think Argentina runs them over today.
Liking it. All right, I'm going to go baseball as well here. I'm going to go with a game that we did not touch on. And I like Cantillo and the Guardians on the road to handle business against Minnesota and Taj Bradley, who has just not been the same since he's come off of the IL last month. So, yeah, I'll take Cantillo. I like the opportunity there with the Guardians tonight against Minnesota. And that will do it. Gentlemen, outstanding. $5 Tuesday. Don't forget, best bets are just $5 over at WagerTalk.com. Couple of games coming up. Carmine, enjoy it, my man. We will see you in your yellow flags. Art, you see you tomorrow?
I'll be here tomorrow, absolutely.
Done. There you go, guys. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the games, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow for another edition of the best betting show ever.